Hello, everybody, and welcome to ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers actual play series here on the Initiative Order. I am Will, or ArcLight, the GM for this game, and with me, after this long, painstaking period of time, I have all of my Rangers. So we're going to go around, have everybody introduce what Ranger they're playing, and their pronouns, and then we're going to jump right into the action for today because we left off with them jumping into a fight. So we will start with Brandon.
Hello everyone, it is I, Brandon O'Brien. My pronouns are he, him, or they, them. I'm a writer, poet, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago, and tonight I will be playing Marcia Ambrose, the pink ArcaKnight Ranger, pronouns she, her.
Yes. Alec.
Hello, I am Alec, or Alec the Bard, pronouns he, him. I am a professional ballroom dancer and TTRPG content creator. Bam.
Javante.
Howdy, everybody. My name's Javante. Pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Dior, the Black ArcaKnight Ranger.
Yes. Krimsin.
Hey y'all, I'm Krimsin Galaxy. That is Krimsin, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. My pronouns are they, them, she, and they, and I'm playing Gina, she, her, the yellow Kitsune ArcaKnight Ranger.
Yes. Last but certainly not least, our tech ranger of the group, Pluto.
Hey everyone, I'm Pluto. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Frankie Oliver, aka nephew of Tommy, the original Green Ranger that I am wearing tonight.
Since when?
Since forever. And I am the Green ArcaKnight Centaur Ranger. And Frankie's pronouns are he, they, whatever. He doesn't care. That's it.
And I am Will, also known as ArcLight Court across the entire internet space. I will be your GM for tonight and all the baddies and friends and allies and NPCs around the area. So let's jump right into our intro and then get into today's episode. And as we return, our Rangers were just informed by Philo in the Arcanium Plexus that a creature had appeared in the dojo of Frankie Oliver, as well as a handful of Draugr. Vasala, the Aquitar visitor and child of Professor William Cranston, is still working on the Phantom Ranger's Power Ruby after being informed of what had occurred to them. As Philo turns to the five of you and says, "I'd get there fast. Doesn't look good."
Well, shall we? All right.
You got it, boss.
I guess we teleport there.
Absolutely. Teleporting all five of you, the coalesce energy of your grid spectrum powers gather around you, and in a flash you find yourself in the dojo, the Green Dragon dojo. Inside you can see about 8 or 9 Draugr are tearing through everything, Speed bags have been ripped from their holds. Punching bags have been ripped open. You can see like the sand and like weighted dust is spread across the floor. A bunch of the training weapons are like snapped in half and thrown. Some of the planks on the training floor underneath the mats have been pulled up and wrenched out of the way. The glass cabinet by the front door that had like training wraps and things of that nature has been bashed in. And in the center of all of this madness, you see what appears to be a guitar like creature, robotic arms and legs coming out, the neck of the guitar twisted into like a weird circle with a face in the center of it, comprised of like cogs and music notes all together, as it's like screaming out, "Find the relics, gather them, we need to bring them to the Chimera."
Do we have, you know how like some Ranger scenes, they just do like a quick morph and then just go? Like a quick like link to the grid and just go. Can I just do that and go charge into this mess? They're
Jesus,
destroying my
alright.
livelihood right now.
Like, we all take our pose.
I don't even do it.
Like,
I just
all right.
activate. Just fucking
It's more for time. Like, and just do it real quick.
Absolutely, we can get quick morphs going. Turn the page. ArcaKnights form, the flash of the grid spectrum over each of you, creating your ranger forms over all of
Yeah,
you.
I just envision Frankie throwing the phone ahead of him as he's running, just punching it as he goes and continuing to run as he morphs.
With that, Frankie, since you were just rushing right in at the scene that you're witnessing, I will give you one round before we have everybody give me their initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my my free action thing to spend a point of personal power
Okay.
to pop out the riot shield, and then I'm just gonna punch at the closest enemy to me, whoever that
Okay,
is.
so
Assuming
closest
one of the
will be
grunts,
one
right?
of the Draugrs. Yeah. Go ahead and make that attack.
Can possibly roll higher with a d4. Let's see. Nope. So it's going to be a 22 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
And that does Power Gauntlet does 2 energy damage.
2 energy damage. Awesome. Yeah, so this guy, this Draugr, as you go rushing forward, you're making the punch with the amber
Yeah,
gauntlet,
I have the gauntlet on, yeah.
just immediately caving in the like rubble and like broken away armor of the back of it as it bursts into like this dust ahead of you as everything kind of clatters away, the dark magic giving off of it as that Draugr is now destroyed. So now we'll get to initiative for everybody.
Let's go.
We're like still getting out it's more for time, Frankie.
Like, it's more.
The funny thing is,
Oh.
it's the only reason I'm going to act early because I don't have initiative, so I roll it with disadvantage. So, yeah, my actual initiative is a nat 1, so I would go last.
Damn.
See, so it was I got a surprise round.
17 for me.
Total of 5.
6.
I rolled a 2.
We're ready.
Y'all,
We're ready.
what's happening?
It was a scene. As soon as you showed up, you saw how destroyed the dojo was, and then Frankie just flashes out like everybody's still
I'm
kind
just last because I already went, so
out.
it all works.
I
Do you
went
not-
first.
I went
Yo,
first.
Peter, do you not see the guitar creature?
We fought a camera. Like, I don't know why you're surprised at this point.
Yeah, but like retro. Like that's a guitar.
That's definitely a guitar. It looks familiar.
It does. It looks very familiar, Gina. Very familiar, as well as some of the robotics within the arms, legs,
Oh,
and
no.
face. It looks like a design you were working on recently.
Oh, yikes.
That looks like one of my designs got mixed up with the guitar that I played in high school.
All So now, initiative order for those who want to take it down. We have Harmsaccord, Peter, Dior, Draugr 1 through 4, Gina, Marcia, Draugr 5 through 8, and then Frankie. Yeah.
Frankie's bringing up the rear.
I know what you guys talking about. I went first, so now all of you guys go next. That's how it works. That's how initiative
And then he
works.
goes first at the end.
Oh, of course.
I already did my
course.
turn, so the Harmsaccord.
Harmsaccord.
Go ahead.
Spinning and turning, seeing all of the gathered grid energy as all of you have now morphed into your forms, and Frankie rushed forward and destroyed one of the Draugr. You see the metal fingers turn sideways and pull across the strings on the chest of its body. He is going, or they are going to make a sonic blast towards everyone. So this will be at everyone's evasion.
Evasion.
Oh God, he's playing Wonderwall.
Evasion.
13. This
That's
does
my-
affect
that-
everybody.
That's my
misses-
evasion.
That misses me. Mine's 15.
That is also my evasion.
Wait, what was the number?
Come remotely
13.
close.
My evasion is 16. Cool.
Okay.
My evasion is 19.
So for those of you it did hit, you are going to take 1 point of sonic damage. And you watch as this sound wave ripples off of Harmsacord's body towards all of you, but not only forward, but bouncing off of the walls back towards them. And as it does, you see all of the mirrors along the walls of the dojo like spider web. They haven't shattered and fallen to the floor, but they have spider webbed the whole way across now.
You know how hard those were to install? Damn it!
And Harmsaccord is going to jump all the way back, setting their back against the glass walls, the mirrored walls of the dojo itself.
I have an insurance
next.
plan, right? Like, I
Yes.
have insurance. Okay.
I have
Yes.
insurance. All right, good. All right, then we don't really need to worry.
Peter, it is on you.
And I'm like, you can back up as far as you want. I still got it. I'm still a football player, and I'm gonna summon my dragon spear. And I'm gonna spend a personal power to just use a power strike, and I'm just gonna chuck the spear across
Chuck
the room
the
at him.
whole spear. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay, so
Of course, the former quarterback has a throwable weapon.
of course,
It's necessary. It's
It's-
part of the lore.
it's part of the vibe. Okay.
Yes.
What did I roll?
Oh shit.
Oh, is that's a 19 on the die plus 6. So for a 25.
25 crit. Jesus.
Absolutely hits. Absolutely. Alrighty.
And I let's see. When I spend 1 personal power to add a number of bonus damage if oh god, what's the table? Oh no, what's the table? I think it's just an extra damage, but let me double check.
I do believe
really
it is
quick.
1 additional point of damage.
Yeah. But let me just double check.
It's okay. It's not like it's been a month since we played these characters or anything.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. These things happen. These things
It's fine.
happen.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Let me just pull that up really quick. Huh?
Would you like to add your flaming strike to it as well?
You know, if you insist.
I'm just
that was a
asking
crit.
for continuity and
Yeah.
the viable description of this. So that would be an
You
additional
know what?
point of fire damage.
So
to it.
that's a total of that's a lot of damage. I think that's a total of 5, but I'm gonna double check. I'm trying to find
God.
the Red Ranger page.
Yeah.
Imagine if you missed that and you just hit the wall and just half the dojo just
Just set ablaze. We're level
It's
3.
now
We're level 3 now,
burning.
right? Yeah. So that's +1. The spear does a base of 2.
1.
So that's 3.
Yep.
And then plus the flaming strike. So it's a total of 4 damage total. As I'm like, you think you can run from a
Yes.
quarterback? And whoosh.
Frankie just
And throw the
flinches as
dragon
a
spear.
flaming thing goes through my dojo.
The spear released from your hand, you can see the edge of it like igniting the air around it as it goes through and connects into the chest of Harmsaccord before recalling it back to your own hand. You can see like there's that charring going over it, and you can see small bits of the red ArcaKnight energy like pooling from that wound that hit.
And then I will use my movement to then kind of advance into the
move on to it.
Yeah, move. I'm gonna move as close as I can. I know there's Draugr in the way, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna move up as close as I can.
Got it. Absolutely.
And that'll be me.
Dior.
After uncovering my ears from that sonic blast, all right. I'm pointing to one of the Draugr. Yep. And I'm going to run towards it, and I'm going to do a Superman punch on him.
Superman punch the Draugr.
Acknowledge him.
Now acknowledge it. I'm going to assume this is a brawn.
Yes.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits. Give me that damage.
I don't know what my punch damage is.
It should be 1.
So 1.
Got it. Yeah. Similar to when Frankie rushed forward, you go to move towards this Draugr as it's still actively pointing at itself and punch the arm through the head. And you watch it just dust hit the ground, the small bits of dark magic flittering away.
For funsies.
For funsies?
For funsies. As my free action, I'm going to spend one of my... I'm going to point to everyone else and just be like, guys, this is a training dojo. Let's just consider this personal training. And I'm going to do, you got this. Spending one of my speeches to give any allies. So I will give this to... I'm going to give this to Gina. And you're going to get some temporary HP until the end of this combat scene.
How much? Just 1?
I believe it's just 1.
Awesome. Boom. Thank you.
Of course.
Awesome. And that ends your turn,
All right.
Dior?
I do got this.
Awesome. All right. After Dior, we've got the first 4 Draugr. One of them being turned to absolute dust after Dior rushed forward. One of them is going to move on to you, Dior. Another is going to move on to Frankie. The third is going to jump behind the glass centerpiece or the glass showpiece next to the front door, like it's actively searching for something within the dojo. So for the first one attacking Frankie, that is an 11 to hit, which with all of your armor, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm at a 25 right now.
Yeah,
toughness.
absolutely.
Oh my
not.
God,
you're at a what?
I have
So
ultra
gross.
armor and a riot shield.
That's fair.
I built Frankie for one thing.
But Dior, unfortunately, I did crit on the D6, coming to a total of 22 altogether.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 1 point of damage. And I need you to give me... What is your evasion score?
My evasion's a 13.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
This is just a straight D20. Okay. Does not knock you back. So you are still on your feet in front of it as this Draugr rushed forward with a large battle axe, similar to the design of your own battle axe, and takes a nice cleave into your waist.
That 1 point, though, does actually put me out.
It knocks you out?
Yeah, I only have 2 health.
Ooh. So you can either drop
What?
unconscious, or shift back into civilian form with 1 point.
I will shift back into civilian form with 1 point.
Alrighty. So
Because
this
we are alone.
large cut through the center.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I locked the
Oh.
front door, so they can't.
As you guys sense Dior demorph in the midst of this battle. The third one, Frankie, would you have put a lock on the case holding the weapons?
Yes, the weapons
appear.
if it's the specific weapons you're talking about, yes, those are
Yes.
the most secure thing probably in here.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll to see if they can break through it. We will go with a toughness of 16, because I'm
Okay.
sure you didn't skimp on the lock for these things. And just misses 13 with a 2 on the D6.
Do I see them targeted in that case?
You hear them strike at something behind you, and as you would go to turn to look, you see the Draugr has like this rusted short sword that's like weirdly bent at the end and is swinging it at the lock on the case, trying to break it open.
Okay.
Up next, Gina.
Yeah, Gina sees all of this chaos immediately breaking out. Dior says, "You got this." Gina feels pumped up. Then she sees Dior attack ruthlessly.
Yes.
So I think I gotta take out like as many of these Draugr so they don't get Dior when he's untransformed. I would rather not lose a friend.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. I am going to just like immediately like sidestep next to Dior and just like strike. I'm gonna go ahead and use a personal power to do a triple strike because I'm able to, because of my nimble attacks, I'm able to move 5 feet after each successful strike. So,
absolutely. And with that, you'd be able to move between the one that attacked Dior, the one that attacked Frankie, and the one behind Frankie that's attacking the case on the wall.
Awesome.
So you would be able to like zigzag
like
through that.
Amazing.
So go ahead and give me those 3 attacks.
Eight. So I won't get the one that's targeting the weapons, probably. That one's an 18.
That one
then
hits.
with my follow-up die, which I believe is still a D2 for my third attack. Critical failure.
No.
Oh boy.
You can spend a story point to re-roll that.
How many do we got?
You guys have 5 currently. Beginning of the session, it refills.
It would
Awesome.
be a shame to waste.
Yeah, I will totally spend one to re-roll that D20 then, because I got that one.
I usually track our story points for us on my sheet too, just so you guys know. So mark it.
All right. How's a 15 with a crit on the D2?
That hits. So
Awesome.
2 hit, 1 of them don't. I will let you pick which one does not hit. The one at the case, the one that attacked Frankie, or the one that attacked Dior.
Well, just judging by how the dice rolled, I would say that like I try to step forward and I take a swing at the first one that's on Dior, and I just like swing, but like it accidentally moves out of the way by like rocking to the side. So I just like go up under and uppercut it instead, and then spin around and do a let's call it a spinning back kick liver shot on the one that's targeting Frankie.
Okay. So the first swing misses. You're able to recenter yourself, going down to a knee, connecting the second strike, doing a full spin and kicking the one in front of Frankie. You're able to take out those two Draugr completely. They crumble to dust. You see the armor and weapons hit the ground before disappearing into that smoke of black magic. That one that is at the case is still standing, though.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to turn and look at Harmsicord and be like, hey, Harmsicord, do you want your strings tickled?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, not my strings.
That's
But that ends your turn, Gina.
That'll end my turn, yeah.
Alrighty, Marcia.
Movement still. Can I just move like closer to Harmsicord, but not right up to it?
Yeah, so you'd be able to get roughly about 20 feet away from Harmsicord.
All right, sounds good.
Are you going to position yourself to be in the way of Dior, or are you just
definitely
rushing
I'm
right towards him?
definitely gonna stand, like, have me in front of Dior in the line of vision, so like
Okay,
it's harder to see Dior.
got it. Marcia.
What Draugr remain?
There are currently 5 Draugr remaining. One of them is behind Frankie and behind you, technically. And then the other 4 are up closer towards Harmsicord.
Aha, cool. So I'm gonna volley to shoot one Draugr and Harmsicord.
All right.
So that's targeting.
Then that will be their evasion. Got it.
Thank you. 10. 9.
10.
y'all. Oh no.
9.
And 9. The 2 shots miss.
Cool, grand. I've accomplished nothing.
Great
So
rolls tonight, everybody.
I want to go over a thing. Volley specifies that I do not move. That means that I don't get my movement after having done it, right?
Let me double check that real quick, because I believe you can still move. It's one of those, you can do this before you move and still have your movement speed, but if you do it after you move, any of the like reactionary kind of things for movement, you don't get access to. No, you still have your movement.
Okay. I am going to. So, while morphed, my movement speed goes up 10 feet to 45. I'm gonna move to wherever Peter is, or as close to Peter as possible.
I'm in the mess of it. I'm like right in front of Harpsichord amongst the Draugr.
Yeah, I'm gonna go essentially like back to you, just like a couple feet away. But
all right, cool.
Now to like turn my attention to the one that's behind me.
Got it. Marcia, you hear from the Lady Queen Tamarit. Do you remember when I said maybe shooting that spear would be a good idea?
Vaguely.
I think I have a spell that could bring all of the weapons together. Give me a moment.
I'm into that. Awaiting your instructions, Queen.
With that, we move to the 4 Draugr over by Harmsicord. Let's see.
That's us.
Reggie.
Roger.
2 of them rush past Peter and Marcia.
Hey, fighting.
For Gina, Dior, and Frankie, you guys get the sense that they're going to try and help with that brutish lock that's on the case in the back. Two of them, not so smart, think we're absolutely going to take the Red Ranger right now. And are going to rush forward to attack Peter. First one is a 13 to hit your toughness.
Nope.
Misses.
Looking for a 21.
Looking for 21. Got it. At 18, they miss both attacks on you. And you see they're trying to stay in front of you and attack you, but they're also like trying to make almost like an acoustic funnel.
Oh beans.
No.
Oh beans. Oh beans.
Oh.
Like they're definitely trying to focus something down.
Nah.
No,
But
it's probably fine.
Swift spinning of the spear, deflecting, blocking away, you're able to keep them from making contact with you. The other two use their action and their movement to get over towards the case. Do not have actions or do not have access to their action or a free action response to help at the moment. So that will end their turn as we move to the first and last person, Frankie.
The first and last.
That's right. I'm going to move immediately towards the case because I know what the fuck's in there. So I'm going to move up and tap the one from behind that's trying to break into it and then take a defensive position in front of it if I kill that guy.
Okay. Alrighty, give me that.
And since he is alone, this will be a solo strike, so I get to upshift attack. So it'll be a D8.
Frankie is alone, yes.
Who are you attacking?
I'm attacking the one by the case.
Oh, okay, you're not attacking.
So no
the
one's
main guy.
within 5 feet of him, right? Everyone's
Yes.
like further up. Yeah, so I get a solo strike.
Because one feature of my flaming strikes is the next person that attacks the target gets it up scale of 2.
Gotcha. I have something similar
because
that
he's
I
on
get
fire.
upshift if it's someone not with anyone around them.
Yeah.
Which that makes that a... Okay, that was a low die on the one die. So that's the one I'm rolling low on all these specialty die. There we go. So that's gonna be a 15.
That hits, absolutely.
So yeah, I'll do 2 damage to the one in front of the case.
You break away the one that was swinging the sword into the lock that
Yeah.
you turned around and saw.
Yeah.
Again, crumbling into dust. You see the black energy pulling off of it.
Yeah.
You move into the position that it's in and then raise the riot
Yep.
shield
I
to
get
kind of
back.
block him
I
off.
put my back against the case and just put the riot shield down, like
Okay.
positioned in front of me.
Alrighty. With that, we move back to the top of initiative for Harmsichord.
Nah.
As this happens, Marcia, you see the configuration of the mythic crosswind bow, which combines the Cerberus axe, the dragon spear, the Kit Tonfa, and your Feywind bow.
Makes sense. I was gonna wonder how you would combine my arm into that, but
Well, that's not the final form it can take. The final form, you would need Frankie to wield it, and it attaches to the top like a large arm ballista, essentially.
ooh, that
Dope.
sounds dope as hell.
But we don't have the axe right now because our boy got demorphed.
But Dior does go before Marcia. He could morph again.
Hey.
But you do see that spell configuration appear within the HUD.
I turn to Peter and go, "Do you trust me?"
Sure. Yeah. Why?
Tamaret just showed me something cool and or stupid.
All right. What do you need from me?
Stay awake and get Dior up whenever you're ready. But we need to deal with these Draugr first.
Okay. I could do that.
With that, you hear Harmsichord say, "It'll be hard to stay up after this solo."
Damn it.
As another sonic wave comes forward.
Oh.
And this is towards our evasion, right?
I am waiting to evade.
Yes,
I'm
this is
waiting-
with
I'm holding-
evasion.
I'm holding my rebuttal for successfully evading.
Gina,
'Cause I'm
because
gonna
you
say-
blocked, you are blocking Dior from being hit by this, and it is sound. It is not going to hit Dior.
Oh.
Frankie, because you have the riot shield set up in front of you, we'll count that as a +2 to your evasion on
Okay.
blocking out the sound coming at
Okay,
you.
that puts my evasion up to 17.
Can we actually say that I glance behind me, see Dior's still like trying to recover and hasn't remorphed yet, and I'm going to elect to just let it hit me. That way I can block it from Dior rather than having the roll go against me.
Well, it's not gonna go against you. I still have to roll for it to affect you, but because of how you positioned yourself, Dior is going to be unaffected.
Right. I was just thinking that, like, if the wave is going to be rolling through regardless, I think Gina would just stand firm and not even try to get out of the way.
Oh, you're
Okay.
choosing to fail.
Got
I'm
it.
choosing to fail to protect Dior. Yes.
Okay, then you will take 1 point of sonic damage.
This is fine. I had 4 health with that extra one.
For everyone else, I have a 17 on the roll.
Rude.
Good
Oof.
lord.
Only the
Rude.
dot. That's okay. That's my first health. I'm good.
All right, so everyone takes everyone who failed or that I succeeded against takes 1 more point of sonic damage.
Woof.
Frankie, as this sound wave passes over the riot shield, you see that the glass on the front of the case that's securing the weapons has now broken in.
Okay, so where it can be reached into.
Yes.
Can I use a reaction to just randomly grab a weapon, whichever one's the? I don't without even looking back to see what it is.
Okay, so without looking,
They're not
back,
using
just
one of them before
doing
me.
it.
Damn it.
Okay, give me just a D20 roll,
Okay.
and we'll say Krimsin, pick high or low.
Hi.
I rolled a 15.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 15.
Okay, so you are able to reach back as it shatters, grab one of them, and like stow it behind you,
Okay.
holding the riot shield. You don't know which one you have in your hand,
Okay. Sounds good.
but you do have one of them. With that, Peter.
Can you check my Discord message quick?
Absolutely.
I will be right back, guys.
While that's happening, I turn to Harmsichord and say, "Didn't you just admit that your music puts people to sleep?"
Ooh, mean.
What?
Peter,
What's that mean? It takes
yes.
good music to play.
Yes.
But it is a short sword, almost like a scimitar. It's not in the full
Yeah.
like claymore style.
Yeah.
Bruh.
So I'll turn to Marcia and I'll be like, do you need this? Or I'm holding my spear.
I do.
Okay. Take it.
Do I just need to take it?
Just take this.
Well,
take
you
this,
could just take it from him right now,
so you have it when you need it.
so you have it on hand.
Okay, I do.
I'm gonna buy you time to get the rest of them.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna like kind of spin the ring that we got from the sword, and I'm gonna say change the chapter, mythic form, and I'm going to activate my Arthurian form.
You guys see the red ArcaKnight energy flare around Peter. For the audience and everyone else, the dragon form of Cinder immediately appears behind Peter in his red ArcaKnight form. The wings lay over his chest where the wizard-style jacket with the opening at the top was originally set, and opens the jacket completely. You now see a large breastplate with the ArcaKnight spell circle and a red dragon open across the front of it. The helmet gains these dragon-like wings that come up and towards the back. Gold armor seems to take over the arms, the legs, the waist, and within Peter's hand, you see the Excalibur sword, though smaller, and now a scimitar. And over the left arm, reaching forward, a dragon wing-like shield takes place as the Arthurian paladin, Red ArcaKnight Ranger, now stands in front of you all.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
gonna look at
cool
her
as
and be
fuck.
like,
That's aesthetics
yeah.
right there.
and I'm gonna then now advance on harpsichord with the with Excalibur.
Awesome. Dior, Javante, roll a d4 for me real quick.
What stats am I using for Excalibur, by the way?
The same as your
Dragon Spear?
Dragon Spear, but with an
Okay.
upshift.
Got it.
One?
One.
Okay. Dior, even not in your morphed form, visual readings show that the Arthurian form that Peter has taken is unstable and will only last for maybe the next 10 seconds until it is fully formed and powered by the morphing grid and not Peter's actual power source. It will only last for this one short, brief moment. Go ahead and make that attack for me, Peter.
You got it. It's a critical success.
Critical success. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. So 1 point of fire damage,
Yes.
1 point of sonic damage.
Yep. And then 2 points from the weapon.
2 points from the weapon, an additional 4 points. The draconian Excalibur swings forward. Like a breath of fire on the edge of the blade cuts across the front of harpsichord, and you can see 2 of the strings on the front break and snap away. And you can see harpsichord grab at the center 2 strings. No.
Sounded a little out of tune there. That's I guess that's my turn because I get 1 attack.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's me.
Also, in your heads-up display in this new form, you can see the weavings of the morphing grid energy through the world around you. You can even see like the weave of magic within the morphing grid. This has to be what Dior sees. Like, this is Dior's normal state of vision of the world. And you also see a large list start to form on the left side of the visor. You see names like Catherine Sutherland. You see William Cranston. You see Zachary Taylor. You see Leo. You're starting to see names of rangers around the world connected to you in this moment.
Dope.
And it's as you're reading through that list that you realize there's a lot of fucking Power Rangers on Earth. There's an entire army in this like contact list that has now been made available to you.
Why hasn't anyone organized everybody together?
You can see it's like
child soldiers
starting to like shift and go away. Like it's malfunctioning. A lot of the heads-up display now is malfunctioning after making that attack.
Marcia, I don't have a lot of time with this, so if you're gonna do something, do it quick, please.
Up next, Dior.
Okay. There's this like note of irritation in his voice. Swaps hands with where his phone is, so where it's normally in the metal one, he swaps it to the regular one. All right, let's try this then. Turn the page. And as this one collects and he remorphs, he is also going to bring out the axe.
Oh yeah, the Cerberus or the canine axe is now fully formed in your hand.
Where he normally puts it onto his back, at this point just like clanks to the ground.
You see a missive across the visor from Chiron. Once the attack is executed, turn over the canine axe to the pink ArcaKnight Ranger.
Affirmative. Lifts the axe. Is there a Draugr still? There is a Draugr next to Peter and Marcia, yeah?
Yes, there are two over there.
Not for long, there's not. Let's go over to the one. Just because I have to give the axe over to Marcia anyway, I'm going to charge to the one and just embed my axe into its back.
Yes, make that attack roll for me.
This is a bit more brutal than Dior's normally used to doing. I just dropped my D20 on the ground. I already know that's gonna hit, but might as well see if I get a crit on that. So that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full cleave into the collarbone neck area of this Draugr, just almost bisecting it through the chest.
He just keeps the axe there and just see him push it a little bit further and just Chiron said you needed that.
Thank you. And
All
I
ears.
just grab it out of the Jogger's body.
Alrighty. Gina.
Yeah.
Before you attack, you do see also in the heads-up display, Saren comes across and says, give the things I give you to Gina. She's got, or to Marcia. She's got a really good idea that Lady Queen Tamara is gonna like help with.
Give the things I give you.
All right, but I'm gonna strike a chord first.
I'm down with that. Let's do it.
Yeah. Kitanfa.
The Kitanfa form into the hands of our green ArcaKnight Ranger. So
Yellow.
there's still, or yellow. My apologies, yellow.
It's been a month.
There's still a Draugr in front of Marcia. There are two over by Frankie, and then there's Harmsichord.
I'm gonna run forward towards Harmsichord. Well, I'm actually just gonna step 10 feet forward towards Harmsichord because you said I was 20 feet away, and the reach on the Kitanfas is 10 feet. So I'm gonna be 10 feet away, and hey Harmsichord, why don't you be flat? And then strike.
Let's go. Ones.
Yes. Yes.
Collective cheers from the audience.
Total of 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That absolutely hits.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna do like a triple backflip back over towards Marcia and just be like, here you go.
Hell yeah. So now with the other two Rangers gathered near you, Marcia, and with all of their power weapons, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Would you
Do the
like-
thing.
So I go to Tamrit and go, what do I do now?
Just activate the spell circle, darling.
I do that.
So now the spell circle leaves your HUD and is now in your hand, holding all of the power weapons other than Frankie's. You combine them. The Feywind bow elongates out. The canine axe sets itself over the right side of it, the blade shifting all the way down and turning sideways. It's like a holding point. You can see the spear centering in the middle of the string into the knock of the canine blades. And you see the Kit Tonfa lay on the opposite side of the spear as like a holding point to hold the entire spear or the entire bow, and then draw the dragon spear as a weapon. You are now currently wielding the ArcaKnight bow.
Okay.
This is still a targeting weapon for you. On hit, this deals energy damage times the number of power weapons used to create it.
Oh my god.
All right,
Wow.
everyone, remember, each of us has to have one hand on Marcia's arm, and the other one of us has to have a hand on the shoulder or back.
I'll just take the
Because-
case of weapons behind me and just throw them.
Let's just stack them.
More,
Yeah.
more.
Put the dragon dagger in there, the lion sword, all of it.
Okay. I'm gonna attack Harmsichord.
You do have an upshift of 2 on this targeting roll because of Peter's flame strike.
I lit
as
him on
well.
fire.
Of 2. Okay. Let's try this targeting.
Gilgamesh'em.
+2. Roll 20. Please don't ruin me here. A critical success 16.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Ugh.
So I turn to Harmsichord and I pull the string and I go, let's play you out, shall we? And I let go.
More music buds.
Yes. The dragon spear released from the ArcaKnight legendary bow. Moving through the air, you could see the black, the yellow, the pink, the red grid energy spiraling around it, creating 5 of these spears moving forward, connecting one after the other into Harmsichord. You have dropped Harmsichord to 2 health.
Nice.
It is at this moment
Oh, no.
Harmsichord screams out. All glass, mirrors, objects that can
Damn
be
it.
broken with sonic damage are shattered as the vibrations of Harmsichord's body wreathe through the air. Grab the weapons. Get them out of here. We'll take them next time. As the body collapses in and closes over itself like a guitar case and moves out of the dojo. After Marcia's turn are the remaining 2 Draugr. Frankie, because you've taken a defensive stance and used your reaction to reach back and grab one of the items within there and put it behind you, they reach in and drag all of the other weapons out.
Yes.
Oh,
Place them
no.
to their chest, and you watch them pull into the ground like Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat, just leaving a trail of black
Damn it.
smoke across the floor.
My. So what am I holding? Which one did I say?
You pull your hand from behind you
Yeah.
to see which one you grabbed. Roll a d6 for me.
Ooh.
If I roll a 6, can I just choose?
I have a chart that I
Oh,
made for this.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4.
Man, went
As
out like
you-
glam metal.
Draw your hand from behind you. You are holding an ornate green dagger.
Ah!
Let's go. That's the one we wanted. That's the one we wanted.
That's the one I
Okay,
wanted.
that's the one I wanted too.
Oh.
For obvious reasons.
Um,
It's fitting that I grabbed the Green Ranger one.
there were 3 options. 1 and 2 would have been the falchion,
Right.
placed inside with the tiger-like head at the
And
end.
yes, 5 and 6 would have been the CO sword.
5 and 6 would have been the Sword of Darkness
Oh.
Oh.
that was
Uh-oh.
used by the Green Ranger when they first appeared.
Yikes. And we
I
lost
just,
that?
I just sigh and I look at the dagger and I'm like, how did he play this thing again? Can I like either it fix it to my arm or like put it in whatever pocket space my other weapons go to so I can keep it?
You could put it in the holster of the arc wand
Okay.
at your side currently.
Yeah, I'll put it next to the wand then, and then I'll hold the wand out and look at everyone and be like, okay, so you're all gonna learn the repair spell today. Start to show them what the little owl did to my dojo back in episode like 1 or 2 to fix my dojo before.
And with that, we're going to take our break. 10-15 minutes, use the restroom, get something to drink, something to snack on. We will see you guys momentarily. And welcome back, everyone, to ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers actual play series here on the Initiative Order. We just finished our fight with Harmsichord within the Green Dragon Dojo. Unfortunately, they were able to gather 5 of the 6 weapons that were delivered to Frankie shortly after he had come to Angel Grove. But he was able to retrieve an ornate green dagger before they had escaped. Just before commencing the repair spell that Philo had taught Frankie, a burst of grid energy appears in the dojo as you see Vasala show up in this like almost sand colored like warrior's robes over her body, a singular sword over her back, no helmet over her head, but appears hand on the sword turning towards everyone before she sees that there are no other enemies in the area, and releases the sword, and you watch the sand-like garb shift away to this like neutral gray color. I assume that everything is okay.
Is the dojo actively repairing itself as she shows up?
This is as you were like showing everyone the spell. Okay. She appeared. So the first, your portion of the spell has been activated, and everybody else's was like 75% completed as she appeared.
Does it look okay to you?
Well, I was never here before, so I'm not exactly aware of the habitual desires of the area in which you live.
They destroyed the dojo and stole 5 of 6 former Power Ranger weapons. So I'd say it's pretty not okay. And then I'm just going to walk away from her.
Your friend seems very troubled.
I mean, this is his place. It got trashed, and also like his family heirlooms got stolen. So rightfully so. He's got a point.
Definitely. If
I'm assuming
someone
at this point.
Yeah, right before you demorphed Peter, that red energy like crackling breaks away before you return back to the normal red ArcaKnight Ranger before demorphing.
I'll also just go ahead and demorph. I think that possibly the damage to his place of business and residence also, may have a higher effect than the 5 items getting taken, but it doesn't help.
I mean, definitely. If my place got wrecked by some thing that I didn't know, I'd be pretty pissed off too.
So it's an emotional connection to the area and the items itself that's causing it, not exactly the destruction of the area.
It's also
little bit of A, little bit of B.
And the enemy now has 5 former Power Ranger weapons. That's
well, unless there is a ranger on the other side with access to the morphing grid, they won't be able to reactivate them.
Well,
Yeah.
there is. It's the Chimera Ranger.
You just hear a long sigh from the back of the dojo.
Just like a muted screen.
Like the one blast that wasn't broken Frankie punches.
You see Valsa then begin pulling water from like the drinking fountain here within the dojo in between her hands and using it as like a focus to start helping with the repairs, like gathering the glass and replacing it, using the water to like seal it and hold, repairing it. As all
Once
of you
they get the glass back in place, I think I would do a little bit of a heat spell to melt it all back together.
Okay. Absolutely. Give me a spellcrafting roll.
Which die is that one again?
D6.
Awesome. Dirty 20?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Without summoning like a full flame itself, you could see like the radiating waves, like the invisible flame that comes off, radiating heat, settle over the glass and mirrors themselves, causing it all to reform and hold. You feel now that they're absolutely much stronger and denser for their connection, that if something like this were to happen again here, it would take a lot more to break them or shatter them.
I'm still standing in the window, and I realize that I'm still wearing my Power Ranger armor. So I take a step away from the window, around a
Smart.
corner, and then I will demorph.
Got it.
Just sit on the ground and just thinking.
For a moment, as the four of you and Valsa have cleaned up and reassembled the dojo, Frankie having stepped towards the like personal locker area of the dojo, holding this dagger in his hand, we pan away into a dark, cavernous area. We see two Draugr with arms filled with weapons, stepping forward slowly, arms accord, like trying to pull the strings that were severed back into place and reaffix them. From the shadows, you see the Dread Hollows step forward, and the Chimera Ranger step forward.
Oh, beans.
A large stone plinth between them. He points towards it as the Draugr lay the weapons onto there. The Chimera Ranger summons their grimoire, and as it opens, the pages fluttering and spinning, you see pages rend themselves from the book and gather onto each of the weapons. As you see a green light, a white light, two red lights, and a black light form over these weapons. And as the pages wrap around them, the weapons start to change. First into the Ranger relics that they have become since the passing of Tommy Oliver, before they begin to morph and transform even further.
Oh, no.
The Sword of Darkness
Ricky.
becoming a green and gold dragon-like monster. The White Falchion of Saba becoming this white tiger-like warrior.
Oh.
The red Zeo sword becoming this crystalline star cosmically powered creature. The red turbo sword becoming this automaton car-like entity.
Come on,
The
Nikos, I
brachio
believed in you.
blade becoming this terrifying dinosaur-esque creature. And in the center of each one of them, you see the symbols of the 5 Ranger forms of Tommy Oliver.
This isn't going to be traumatic at all for Frankie.
Now I've got my own team.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
No.
I hate this. I hate all of this.
The camera pulls away, showing the 5 of them side by side. 3 days have passed since the attack on the Green Dragon Dojo. There's been no attacks, no calls to action, over the course of the last 3 days. Some of you gathering more information on Ranger relics and what this could mean with the gathering and taking of it with a Ranger on the enemy side. Some of you working towards the robotics competition that is coming up in a week.
I hate to say it, but I actually might be slacking on my homework because I am totally reading that book and then cross-referencing it with the Arcanium Plexus to see if it like exactly how everything lines up over the course of these 30 days.
Got it. Dior, I do have one question for you in the span of these 3 days.
Yes.
The other Rangers had made it a point to ask you to not join that dreaded 6 a.m., 7 a.m. class with the possible enemy in there. Would you have heeded their warning, or would you have found a way to put yourself within that class?
He, in respect for his friends and knowing, and also because he has something that he wants to do, would not have done that. He would have remained outside of it. But he would have taken that stretch of time to help with the study of the Phantom Crystal.
Got it. Marcia. The poem that you found previously on the second day has changed.
How has it changed?
Going to look over it, trying to get more information out of this for your own personal research. The stanza itself is no longer the stanza that it was the day prior. As it now reads, a gathering of storytellers to earn a place within my court. But only those with words of magic will become my next steward. And it's upon this that you see there is a poet laureate who is going to be making an appearance at Cal State Angel Grove and will be hosting a competition, a poetry competition, that the winner will be published within this poet laureate's next book.
Where am I? Am I at my apartment?
Yes.
Tamret, can I ask you a question?
Well, of course.
I just I just shoved the poem in Tamret's face.
Kind of like the rabbit head just kind of like muffles back for a second, looking over it, seeing the signature at the bottom. So I always wondered where my brother had disappeared to. Hadn't seen him in quite some time.
Wait, what? Okay, so this belongs to
My brother Corellian, a Fey wanderer who likes to dance between our world and others.
Where's Corellian now?
Well, I'm assuming since this is showing that he might be here.
I bring I imagine that I saw the news of the poetry competition online.
Yes.
And I just bring it up on my phone, where Tamret can just easily just look down at it. You wouldn't happen to be able to confirm or deny whether your brother is the kind of person that does things like this?
Oh, he absolutely does things like this. He's not a malicious one. I can say that. He is the kinder of my siblings. He is a purveyor of stories.
I trust you, and seeing that I've read his work before without even knowing that apparently he's Fae, I would like to let you know that your brother's work is very good.
It should be. Oh, it better be.
The thing I'm worried about is if he's here while we're dealing with everything else, should we perhaps be worried about him?
No. But I do believe that he's a collector of stories. And you see like this strange moment of clarity hits the Lady Queen Tamarin. He knows where the Notoriah is.
Wait, what? Are you sure?
He knows where the Notoriah is. We need to speak with him.
Okay. We're going to Cal State. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take a taxi. We're gonna get out of here. Can I just teleport? Should I just teleport? Would that be weird? I'm literally freaking out at this point.
Well, he arrives
have
in
collapsed.
He arrives in 2 days. So let's give him the time to arrive.
Fair. I guess then this is 2 days for me to write the best poem that I've ever written in my life.
Well, if you need help, darling, I'm here.
I appreciate it, but I'm not bad.
I believe you.
There you go, Marcia. There you go. You don't need no spirits help.
Peter, roll
This
a
is the part where
d6
I
for
ask
me.
if I wanted to write a
Roll a
poem.
D- roll a
Should I
D6?
actually roll?
6.
6. You completed that god-awful assignment.
Uh,
That assignment was capable of being completed.
yeah. I walk up to the teacher and I just, here you go. It's done. Like bags under my eyes, like Red Bull in my hand. Like it's done.
You know, okay, you know what? I thought about something.
The assignment's done.
She takes it. Looks over it for a second. Give me a streetwise.
Streetwise, you say? Streetwise. What is my damn streetwise? Social. Thank you. All right. So that is a total of a 14.
She's not reading a single word on that page. Not one. But she's like dragging her finger, moving her head the whole way. But you can tell her eyes are just looking at one point on the paper and nowhere else. She goes, this is 83 at best. Let's hope I don't decide to grade on a curve.
Did I do something to you?
I just believe in bringing out the potential in people who don't see it in themselves.
And what potential do you see in me? That you gave me this and arguably let everybody else off the class easy. But for some reason, I pissed you off from day one. I didn't even do anything yet.
A great deal of determination to succeed, even in the face of adversity and challenges.
Okay.
You're stronger than you think, stronger than you let others on to believe as well.
Well, you got to keep some cards close to the chest.
It might be better to flaunt those cards, get others to bluff and fold. Enjoy your day, Mr. Luckman. And turns back to go about whatever it was she was doing beforehand.
at the teacher.
What a baddie,
Peter like sits there for a second. He's like, I don't know if I like that, or if I should be okay with the fact that I like that. But all right.
This created more questions than answers.
Yes.
Now I know you're playing me, but you're right.
But you're right. And I sent you a message on Discord.
Gotcha. Gina, give me a spellcrafting roll.
That's not bad. I'm stealing another story point.
Do it.
And with this time, Dior, give me a technology roll.
Is it Morphing Grid tech?
Yep.
Yes.
Only one better.
That's fine. Take it.
That's 13.
13. Cross-referencing the book that you have to some of the information within the Arcanium plexus. A lot of it seems on par. A lot of it seems like a 1-for-1 almost, but more condensed within the book that you have. But with that, you do see that there are some descriptions of magic that aren't within the Arcanium plexus, and you get the sense and feeling that it's because this magic is considered dark or not to be used or interacted with.
And just for reference, Gina would have done the studying in her dorm, but she would have left the book there when she goes back to cross-reference it. She does not take the book into the Arcanium plexus.
Got it. Okay. But that is what you're able to glean from cross-referencing all of that information.
Now, I do have a question. Well, I'm doing this intensive studying of magic and how different spells evolved over time. Would it be possible for me to, I don't know, notice any spells on this book that might be bad if I don't notice them?
No, there are no spells within the book, at least with the roll that you currently made, that you can acknowledge or make out. Everything seems to be a very condensed explanation or reference of magic through the ages.
This is really intensive. I mean, it's way easier to just do it without thinking.
Dior, what did you get on your roll?
So as par for the course of I only roll really well when it's tech, natural 20 and an 8.
Oh.
So double crit.
Let's go.
Ooh, yes, yes,
Nice.
yes.
Don't you shake your head at me.
With a double crit, you become aware of 3 things. 1, the power ruby is now fully charged, fully set, and is reaching out. It is sending a beacon through the morphing grid. But it's not like an individualized. It's not like it's looking for or reaching out to one being. It is reaching out in the broadest way to any and all receptors that could receive it on the light side of the morphing grid.
Okay.
It's looking for. Okay.
Yes.
All
The
right.
second, you were able to locate where the blue ArcaKnight energy signature went when it left Area 52 from the attack, with the stone coffin that had the image on there when it was broken and left the area. You're able to track down the exact location of where it is, and it is currently within the Turtle Bay Lake. The lake where you guys had gathered the Vorpal
Sword.
Yeah.
Oh crap. That like sucks.
Third thing that you figure out, there are several other ArcaKnight energy signatures that are now fluctuating through the Morphing Grid. Unstable, but fluctuating through the Morphing Grid. You see a gold, you see a silver, you see a purple, and a strange amalgamation. Like the grid hasn't dedicated a spectrum to that energy signature yet.
This is fascinating. Am I alone while this study is happening?
This would have been over the course of
Yeah.
the 3 days. So we'll say for the Power Ruby, that was done with Professor Cranston and Valsa, the realization of that. The Blue ArcaKnight energy was just with Valsa, and then the other ArcaKnight energy signatures was by yourself.
So for that last one, I'm going to Karen, need to pick your brain for a sec.
What is it you need?
So you wouldn't happen to recognize any of those other signatures, right? We know the gold.
They seem new.
Mm.
Like the Morphing Grid is adapting to a threat that it's perceiving to exist. It's allocating energy and magic in that direction.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that. If it's already thinking that there's a threat that we need more rangers, then we are severely outmatched here.
Think of it as resistors placed to protect a capacitor. Though it may not be necessary, it is still in good practice.
Rather to have and not need.
Than need and not have.
The other thing that's bothering me, aside from the energy that's in that lake, which the last time that any morphing energy hit that, it dissipated. Hopefully that stopped with the world blade being out of it, but I can't go in there if it's still doing that.
What if it's only Terran Morphing Grid energy that is dissipated in the water?
It would mean that someone that doesn't have Terran Morphing Grid energy could go in.
And we have one here who is not Terran.
I was thinking the same thing. Doubt she would mind going for a swim, too. And the last bit of concern is...
Make it a convening of two. Go together, explain what may be there, and see the interaction.
There's this moment of pause. Are you... I'm going to pretend like you're not implying it as a date.
An implication is a point of personal opinion and status.
Mm-hmm.
My point is theory testing.
And what's your theory?
That Valsa may be able to attain the blue ArcaKnight energy within there, but not without the guidance and acknowledgement and whereabouts that you have access to. And the less amount of Terran Morphing Grid energy in the area, the less of a variable of negative impact to the tests.
And there's all right. So it's not what I thought it was. I assumed that's what you were going to call it. Final query. That crystal. If it's sending out energy, but it's not directing it. It's a call to anyone that can listen.
What if it's calling the other to the ArcaKnight energy that has now been created?
My concern is, would that be able to get picked up? Even if you try to transmit off of a closed frequency, you can still find a bypass.
It'd be much more difficult with how powerful that relic is. It would be like trying to force Philo into a Zord form.
Possible but difficult. All right. I'll work with possible but difficult. Now I have to convince someone to go swimming, I guess.
Frankie, what did you do over the last 3 days?
Frankie's gonna spend the 3 days in not the Arcanum side of it, but the command tower center, like
The power chamber?
The power chamber, yeah. Studying the weapons that were stolen and trying to play with this dagger and try to figure it out to try to relink it in case we need it.
As you're looking through the gathered database information that Williams gathered, he comes over, seeing the dagger in front of you as you're looking over these things. I wonder if... Let's try something. He walks to the far back of the power chamber, to where all of the tubes are set up with the different rangers who had served or protected out of the power chamber itself. He goes to one of them that seems to be like clear. It doesn't have the same colored like energy grid spectrum coming from it. He enters a code on the display in front of it, and you watch it like shift down and then shift back up. And within, you could see on the top portion of the wall, you could see a bunch of power coins with one missing from it. Just below that, you see a gathering of Zeo crystals and Zeonizers there. Below that, the turbomorphers and keys. He opens the container and pulls one of the power coins out.
Does it happen to look like this one here?
When he gets closer to you, it does in fact look like that. I could activate the things that I used because I had the power coin available to me. Maybe spend some time with the coin and the dagger, and it might activate as well.
I'll just hold a hand out for the coin.
As he places it into your hand, you and only you see sparks of green energy almost reach up towards the coin as it's being placed into your hand. And when it does, your vision flashes away. You are thousands of feet underwater. You can see cliffs, fish, the light from the sun barely petering through the immense depths before you see the robotic face of the Dragon Zord. Staring at it for a moment, you can see it's battered, scarred. It was never returned back to the power chamber to be repaired after its final usage. It had returned back to the sea. But as you stare at it, you see red light start to flicker behind the eyes before fully glowing and then your vision returns to the power chamber with the coin in your hand.
I think you're on the.
The dagger is still just a dagger at this moment. But you get the sense that the closer your connection becomes to the Dragon Sword, the sooner this becomes the Dragon Dagger.
Okay. I have an idea. So I need to keep this on me, but it's kind of hard to hold. I'm going to get a pop socket for my phone and take the hollow part off the back and put the coin on the back of the phone and hide it in a pop socket on my phone. So I always have it on me. So
Hiding one of the most powerful weapons of the multiverse in a pop socket.
The phone's my morpher already. Might as well just
That's
have
true.
it there.
That's true. That's fair.
That's probably the safest place for it. I'm not gonna. I kind of need this on me at all times.
So now I need
that.
you to make a technology roll for me.
Shit.
You're fine, do it. It's even Morphing Grid tech. You got this.
Yeah, because I have a lot of smarts. Totally.
Somewhere in the back, Dior is cringing. He doesn't know why.
Okay, that wasn't bad. I rolled a 16.
16. Okay. This would have been on the second day of research of everything. William would have not interrupted you, not anything, especially with everything that had occurred. On the third day, when you wake up, go to check your phone, you see that Rowan is almost glitching.
You okay, dude? I start poking the phone.
Whatever you put on here is drawing a lot of power.
That's probably a good thing because it kind of needs some power. We might have a new friend soon. I just kind of explain what I saw to him, and when I grabbed the coin.
I can divert more, but I won't be able to actively communicate with you during that time.
That's fine. Do what you need to. With them,
I'll do
take
what you need me to do.
Yeah, with what happened a few days ago, we kind of need as much help as we can get. So I'll talk to you soon.
I'll be as strong as you are.
I just fist stab the phone, I guess.
He does it back, and then as you draw your hand away, you see his digital form start to pixelate away.
My phone just green screens.
Essentially, you can still morph.
Mm-hmm.
You still have access to morphing. You will not be able to do any spell casting while he is powering the power coin.
That's fair.
With that, as the last of the 3 days comes to a close.
Actually, can I ask one question about my activity that I did?
Absolutely.
All right, so I think I'm going to consult Saren on this, and I just want to see if I can put together the difference between where the light magic is typically drawn from compared to where dark magic is typically drawn from, just so I can understand and differentiate between the two.
Are you asking with Saren outside of the phone or inside of the phone?
I think I just pick up my phone and ask while they are in there.
Okay.
At first.
As you ask Saren the question, Saren says, first, snacks.
Oh yeah, I got you. I reach down and pick up my book bag, You did really good last time, so I got a bunch for you. I just open it and dump like a couple bags of chips, some candy bars. I just like dump it out on the floor.
Leaps out of the phone, taking the fox form, rips into a Twix bar and just starts gnawing through some of it. There's like little bits of chocolate on the edge, like cookie crumble inside one of the lips.
That's
As
a
Sarah
good
goes,
one.
so there's like you have light magic, and then you have like bad magic, or dark magic, or that, and then there's just magic.
Saren, I'm surprised at you. Just because something's dark does not mean it's bad.
Well, this is just how I was taught it. I mean, it's not really a point of reference or view. It's just they're like, that's bad. And I said, okay. And then went and fought against a bunch of ancient warriors and defended the planet from being destroyed. But that's neither here nor there. So
all right.
that you have just magic, and then you have like the light magic, and then you have like dark magic, and they say that light magic is good and they say that dark magic is evil, but really it's like a preference and how you use it and the way that things can be situated for you to accomplish whatever goal it is you need using magic. And it just rips into like a thing of donut holes that's on the floor and just tears that completely to shreds. And goes, from what I remember, because I'm not really a magic type. I like magic, but I'm not really a magic type kind of guy. Dark magic will like take away from you, where like light magic gives back to everything else. So you're like sacrificing yourself for what you're trying to accomplish, or you're putting something out into the world to accomplish the thing. And that's where like the difference between the two, at least that I remember, kind of comes together.
So theoretically, would necromancy be light or dark magic?
Well, I mean, it really depends. Like grabs a little like the little sample box of like Reese's Puffs and is like fumbling it up into his mouth.
I love
If for any reason, like it is like negative for the morphing grid. So like people who leave this world go to live forever within the morphing grid. If you take that away from the morphing grid, if you're forcing them out of it, I think that'd be pretty bad. Because like you finally finished what you were here for and get to relax is just energy that free flows and encourages life and things like that, and then somebody just yoinks you into this place like that. I don't think that's pretty good.
No, that wouldn't be good. I was more asking out of just like the curiosity of if you just like revive corpses or whatever, like you're not really disregarding anyone's like bodily autonomy at that point because they're already dead. I wasn't thinking about like actually having to pull their souls out of the
Well, then how do you get the body to move? Like the body is a vessel for energy, and if you have to use energy in order to do it, you're either sacrificing a part of yourself for it, or you're forcing them back into there for your own control and collusion. But I mean, I'm just a fox at this point.
All right, scrap that idea.
I'm just passively curious about necromancy, says Gina, the practicing lich.
Sorry.
No worries.
All right. Is there... All right, so you told me how that works.
Mm-hmm.
God, I guess I won't be able to test if I can tell the difference until I actually see some dark magic, huh?
Well, I mean, we have that's what they use to bring the Draugr back. Have the Draugr around.
Yeah, I actually find that a little bit
Same.
a little bit messy. Yeah, no, that's like the ultimate cultural appropriation kind of.
Well, I mean, is it really when they're the spirits of the bodies that are being brought back? And
Yeah, but they're
Kinda
being
thing?
brought back and then forced under someone else's control, and that's
can you really force energy though?
I don't know. The second law of thermodynamics simply dictates that energy goes where it's easiest to go typically. But if you are using magic to control that energy, I suppose you could actually override the laws of thermodynamics, and then it would be forced. So I'm gonna guess yes.
That sounds like weird math, and I don't like math.
All right. Good boy. I reach out and scratch behind his ears. And
So,
I'm done. Yeah.
with that, we move back to the group coming together after Dior's discoveries, Marcia's information that they had gathered, uh, back in the Arcanium Plexus to discuss all of the discoveries and information.
So once you get
Once
on,
everyone is gathered, uh, you all also receive a text message
From
from Nikos.
Beans.
It says, study group still on for Friday? Question mark.
Absolutely.
Is it
See you.
wrong of us to not tell the Nikos that thinks he's our friend that he
He's
is a
our
locus of danger?
I mean, the closer
Well-
we keep him, the better we can keep an eye on him.
I'm actually really curious about that, actually, because like in that battle against that female magic user, it seemed like Nikos was in control rather than the dark energies. So I'm wondering if he actually you know knows what's going on now.
Well, like I said, I think it's better if we keep him close so we can watch him until we know for sure.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know which Nikos we're always trying to get, so having them close is better than having them off doing whatever.
Fair.
Balsa looks to everybody and says, I could try and be his friend and see if maybe I can note and get more information.
It'll work. You're not going to get jealous, right, Dior?
huh? What? Huh?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I can talk to Nikos. I can talk to him.
Fair enough. So what is it that we've gathered here today for? Looking towards Marcia and Dior.
I learned that my favorite poet is Faye. Speaking of which, anyone want to go to a poetry show in a day?
Oh,
I really, really want to. That sounds really cool. But I think I actually need to do my homework.
Oh my, every time I ask someone if they want to see poetry, suddenly they become the most studious people on earth.
No. The last couple days, I was like legitimately trying to study magic instead of working on my robotics midterm. And like,
Gina.
yeah.
Were you studying the spell book that Marcia and I, and really everyone here, is like collectively agreed is
Did not
bad vibes? Like
yeah, to
bad
not-
vibes, don't open, do not pass and go, do not collect 200.
Oh, no. Don't worry. I checked. There's no spells on it.
That doesn't help us at all. That makes me feel more afraid for you.
We're gonna put a pin on that one. Hey, by the way, Frankie, what'd you get on that paper that I did?
I don't know what I did on my homework that Dior did for me, Will. He's doing all the homework for me for that class that we have to take at 6 a.m.
Oh yeah.
We have an agreement.
Everybody who had Dior do the homework for them instead of themselves You all received anywhere from 95s to 98% on
That
this,
is bullshit.
That's the best grade I've got in any of my classes all
I got
semester.
an 83.
which
You were
effectively, Peter, she did decide to grade on a curve, which then made your 85 into a 71.
What is her
Wow.
office hours?
Man,
When's her office
this
hours?
class is really
I'm
going to
gonna
bump
say
up.
I
This
did
is going
my
to really
homework
bump up my
myself.
GPA.
just Dior hears the 95 and he actually gets like visibly irritated. He's like, "What do you mean 95?" Okay.
You know,
I
was
just
studying
hand
the
the paper.
class
I hand
book.
you the paper.
I think I did it myself too.
Well, the collective group would have gotten 90s to 95s, other than Peter.
I'm the best in class. Let's go.
This is some bullshit.
We're acing an evil class. I'm sure this makes us feel so much better.
It makes me feel good. I'm not even in the class. The stuff is actually difficult. Makes my brain function.
I don't know. Are
So-
y'all sure that it's an evil class?
Oh, it's
Yes,
definitely an
yes,
evil class.
100% evil. Just like
Oh,
that book is that you've
okay.
been studying. Now
I am
No, it's
confident that
just the
she's your
history of
Maya.
magic.
Even
it's
I'm confident that she's your Maya, and even if I weren't, the way that she treats Peter is the kind of behavior that would get other teachers fired from a university like this.
hilarious.
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally
That's
like
true.
Mrs. Robinson vibes going on.
I-
With you too.
I
That is
discovered
definitely a power imbalance that should probably be corrected.
Yeah, it's
I
little-
discovered a couple things.
Do tell.
Oh,
So, 3 things. The crystal is sending out energy outwards. Thankfully, it is on what is essentially a closed circuit channel, but it is not directing it to a specific person. It's just sending it to whoever it sends it to.
like
Also,
a distress signal?
I suppose, or more like a gathering signal. Also, the one that is the most, well, the most interesting, least pressing, in my opinion, more ArcaKnight signatures.
How is that least pressing?
It's calling it
More
out.
than-
It's calling it out, but we have no information about what it's doing other than that we think, me and Chiron, think that it's preparing fail safes
Okay.
in case we need to.
Hmm.
In case we need help.
Yeah.
or something happens to one of us.
Speaking of help, I just like popped back my phone off. I also got this now. So
Okay. That's good, right?
Yeah,
That's,
I mean-
that's your uncle's coin?
yeah, Rowan's working on it, so it's kind of he's out of commission at the moment. I can still morph, but no magic for me for the next little bit. But it should be a help. I saw the Dragon Sword, maybe.
That's
Yeah.
that's great.
So
Very useful.
Also, why I think we need to circle back. Why is it making more knights?
is
Are
it-
we
you
not
ever-
doing enough, or is there something else?
Yeah, is it like a contingency, or is it just
Like
thinks
to-
we are out of our
We're
depth
outgunned.
here? Yeah.
Could be in the same way that certain circuit boards have extra breakers in case.
I am afraid that it might be the obvious thing, but the obvious thing is obviously very depressing. Every time we've looked at a pile of ranger tools, there are always exactly 5 of them.
Speaking of that, the most pressing, the blue ArcaKnight energy.
Yeah.
I know where it is.
Oh yeah.
Great. Where is it?
I also
How did you manage to bury several leads at once, Dior?
I listen.
He's a
every
robot.
every circuit board in my brain functions differently. Robot, how dare you?
That's what I said.
Okay. Is it connected to someone already?
And we kind of. It's in Turtle Lake,
Ah,
and I know one person that can go into Turtle Lake and not have anything happen with their Morphing Grid tech,
the lake that tried to drown me last time.
and the lake that I can't go into without. I don't know
What
what would happen.
about your friend here? She's a already a blue ranger, right? Isn't that
That's
the
what I'm-
idea that we're trying to get
that's
her
what
to
I'm-
use it?
That
And
is what I'm implying.
yeah.
I'm not
and-
a ranger.
Well, you were connected to the grid at least.
Yeah, I'm a mystic, an Aquatarian mystic.
But you also have a connection to the Morphing Grid that isn't Terran.
Yeah, and you're already pretty adept at water magic. So if anyone's shown the lake, I think you probably have a good shot at it.
I'd prefer not to get drowned by the spooky sparkle magic again.
It's also fair.
And,
Sounds reasonable.
and
Why doesn't Dior take her to the lake? So I feel like a good little stroll
Well,
around the lake with the two of
yeah.
you.
Maybe
That's
a
what I
blanket in
was
case
going
you
to
need to sit
offer.
down.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
well, totally. Like maybe bring a
I
basket of
can't
food
s-
just in case.
I don't think I could swim in this either. It would be
Oh,
weighed down by the water as well.
Marcia and Gina,
yeah.
y'all should go shopping together.
Yes, totally.
Get swimsuits.
We'll take
And you know
and
what?
then
Send Dior pictures so that Dior can
Exactly.
give
And Peter,
their
we'll
opinion.
take Dior and get him set up.
Yeah.
It'll all work perfectly. And we each grab
Yeah.
an arm of Dior and march away.
I have some information that
before
I'm
we
not sure
separate-
if is important. Can I?
Gina, please get your information. I can pull my arms out.
Okay. So as I was doing that studying on the magic, I
Right, the
learned
evil book.
that there's different types of magic. There's light magic, which actually it like amplifies the grid a little bit if you use it properly, because it just reinforces the magic that's already in there, from what I understand. And there's also dark magic that siphons the energy off of the power grid, and it seems like all of the what were they called again?
Draugr.
The Draugr. It seems like the Draugr are actually having energy siphoned from a power grid to have like their spirits come back and be bound to service underneath these evil people. So I think we should maybe try to figure out how to make that not happen.
That sounds like a brilliant idea and an incredibly useful and valuable asset to the team, possibly a little bit more. Yeah, let's do that.
I believe that Valsa speaks up. Myself and Dior will go and check out the lake before making any attempts on it, at least getting a better reading of the area, while the rest of you decide on exactly how to approach these situations.
Yeah, like a scouting mission.
Yes.
Yeah.
But first, we gotta go shopping.
No, shopping after. We'll look over the area to at least know how safe and when would be the best time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool. What day of the week is it?
Thursday.
Thursday. Oh, so study day is tomorrow. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
One more thing before I totally forget. I was really just hoping that somebody would say that they would go to this poetry show because they like poetry or like spending time with me.
I'll
But I'm
go
also
to
just
your
gonna let you know-
poetry show, but I can't promise I'll stay awake. I will really try.
hate you and love you in equal measure. The
You
reason
know
why
what?
I'm asking again is that Corellian might know where the Notaria is.
Okay. If you see me in the crowd and something happens, just probably throw something at me. We'll be good.
I can probably put off my homework for one more night.
Hey, you got angry at me for burying the lead. He knows where the Notaria is.
He's Tamret's brother. Tamret said so. I trust Tamret. What
I mean, I'm
any
not
of that means when we
disagreeing.
get there is news to me, but suffice it to say that he's capable of writing poetry so good it literally changes in front of you. So any information that we could get from him is potentially valuable. Plus, having another source of magic in Angel Grove is probably going to draw a lot of attention that I'm trying to avoid. So I'd like someone who's better at fighting than me to be present.
That's fair.
Frankie.
So
Alright, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So you two are going to the lake. You three are going poetry. I'm stuck on babysitting duty then with Chimera.
That's not good.
I mean, if it's really just Nico's, like I'm just gonna study, I guess, for this angry ladies class.
But you don't know if you're
don't
gonna
know
get
if it's
Nikos because
safe.
Nikos doesn't know if he's gonna get Nikos. Maybe.
Well, we'll do it in a very public space. I'll make sure it's like in the middle of the library.
Okay. I trust you. But if things get tight, I guess you could either let us know or try to divert him to any of the places we're gonna be.
I mean,
Yeah.
the two of us are gonna still be.
Yeah, they'll still be close by. They'll still be a teleport away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know.
So, with that,
Don't die, everyone.
Go team.
with that, we're going to take a quick break for Javante to unfortunately have to go an adult on us. But Dior will be going to Turtle Bay Lake with Valsa to go do a scouting mission, essentially.
Yeah,
Our
that's what it's
others,
called.
Marcia, Gina, and Frankie are going to attend the poetry event with the poet laureate that is coming in. And Peter is rescheduling a study time to meet with Nikos today. With that, Javante, anything you want to plug before you got to skedaddle on us?
Hey guys, Javante, it's awesome to be doing this again. You can catch me here again on Wednesday on the other side of the table where I'll be DMing our Dante's Inferno game. We're deep into the second circle, and I'm super excited to get back into that. Outside of that, yeah, any other information that I have is over on my Twitter, so at JHEVAUNTE. I have a lot of things going on. Other than that, love you all. So happy to be doing this again.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll see you next time.
We'll take a
Hi,
quick
Javante.
break, get tech fixed up for the rest of this, and we'll see you all shortly.
Woohoo!
And welcome back from our short little tech break. Let's go ahead and jump into what we are doing here. We'll have Peter roll a d20 and Marcia roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 17.
11.
11. Okay, so we're gonna start with Peter real quick.
Wow, we rolled initiative.
Yeah, it was
That's so
initiative.
shells.
Peter, you get a message back from Nikos saying, "Yeah, I
Mhm.
can meet you. Today. I'm actually free right now."
Cool. I messaged back like, cool, meet you. I need locations.
You have Balkan Skulls
Yeah,
still
I'll meet him.
available?
Yeah, I'll meet him at Bulk Skulls.
Okay. He says, "Be there in 10," kind of thing.
Cool.
You don't want to take your car. And you're like, I could just walk there.
Yeah,
It's not that far.
I don't need my car. Yeah. Yeah, I just walk, I guess.
Take the time, head over there. Give me either a streetwise or alertness check.
I think I'd take Streetwise because my alertness is the same. It's a 16 on the D20 and a 1 on the D2. So
Okay.
a 17.
So as you're heading that way, you get like almost like a burning sensation in your throat. Like the closer you're getting there, you hear Cinder say, "The Chimera is near."
All right. Well, we can talk to him. He doesn't we know from last time he doesn't want to kill us in particular. Yeah. We can talk to him. We got this.
Ready.
Yeah, just in case. We might have to go all out for a short period of time. So just be ready. Yeah.
That burning subsides with that. You enter into Balkan Skulls. About 5-10 minutes later, you see Nikos come in. White, like, jean jacket on. There's like a bunch of battle patches on it, kind of thing. White t-shirt. You see there is the gold necklace on his neck and the tarnished gold ring on his hand.
Yeah.
As he sees you and just like kind of waves for a second and then heads over towards you. Nikos definitely looks a little bit more different than the last time you guys had seen each other. He's got a couple of like gold hoop rings up the side of his ear. There's like
hot.
You can see. Oh yeah, definitely. There's like small like gold accoutrement, like the spikes on the battle jacket are gold instead of silver. The buttons on it are gold. He takes the seat across from you.
Looks like you got a bit of a makeover.
I thought it might be better to look the part.
What part is that today?
The part on wondering how far along you are on giving me Flamel.
I mean, I know where he is. You just have to tell me when.
There is a full moon in a week. Then, the night of the full moon.
Where?
Turtle Bay Cove.
Okay. You remember our terms of the deal?
Absolutely.
Indulge me.
None of your friends get hurt or attacked or duressed in any way, shape, or form after that.
And when you have what you want, I get to keep what I have.
Of course. I'm interested, really, to see how good you are with what you have.
You want a demonstration?
Give me an alertness roll.
Oh shit! I'm gonna get punched in the face. Oh no, I don't see it coming. I rolled a total of a 5.
You don't see everything else, but you realize now that you are in a limitless white space, sitting at just that table and nothing else around you. It is
kinda...
like
Since when can you do this?
since I found a little bit of Flamel's magic. He stands up, takes the battle jacket off, sets it on the bench, pulls the necklace forward, and you see the large tarnished gold grimoire appear in his hand. Show me exactly how practiced you are.
As you wish. And I'll pull out my grimoire.
Turn the page. ArcaKnights form. Gold energy, the gold chimera ArcaKnight appears in front of you.
I'll say, turn the page. Red Dragon ArcaKnight form. And I will turn the page and transform.
This white area illuminated with red in that moment as you are now standing in the red ArcaKnight Ranger form. You have the blade. He takes the gold alchemist staff and sets it into the ground. The whole room is bright white, like seemingly endless, but even it's striking into the vastness of the floor beneath. You can see there's a crack around where the staff punctures. And he grabs at the jacket of the ArcaKnight form he has and rends it from his body. As he does, you see lion paws move over his arms. You see the mouth of the serpent form large horns roll armored off of the helmet itself, and bat-like wings pull off of the back. It says, turn the chapter. Mythical form.
All right. Turn the chapter. Mythic form. And I will turn to my own.
As you become the Arturian Draconic Paladin, ahead of the Warlock Chimeric. You face each other, unmoving for a moment. Marcia, you have your poem all together.
I do.
You gather Gina and Frankie and start making your way towards CSAG's auditorium space that has been completely like decorated out. You could see between the like normal tapestries, like flowing cloth along the sides of the wall, they have like large rolled out scrolls that look like they were like specifically made for this event, with like the names of other poet laureates on there with the poems that they had written alongside it, going down all of the walls. All of the seats have like this really nice like purple and gold like accent going over each one of the seats, like connecting all of them with like this very long sash of cloth. And towards the front, you can see the seat that has been reserved for you and several other people who are going to present their poems to the poet laureate. There's maybe 30, 45 people here in this auditorium space that's built for like 700-800 people.
Okay. Corellian is not here yet.
Looking around the area, no. You don't see the poet laureate like being tended to or anything.
Okay. I take out my phone and I make it seem as if I'm sending a text, but I'm really talking to Tamret. You sure you don't want to like be here? If that makes sense, I imagine that your brother would like to see you, and it would make the conversation that we're about to have flow a whole lot easier.
Frankie and Gina, give me alertness checks. If you have perception, you can use perception.
Crit 9.
Yeah.
An 8.
I only got a 9. I think we both fail.
I'm at a poetry event. I'm not expecting to be very perceptive.
The two of you are looking around. You're like, wow, this is a lot more people than I thought would actually be here. Mm-hmm. From what Marcia had said earlier, when like almost moving past the two of you next to Marcia, you see a very familiar woman that you've only really seen like pictures of. Mm-hmm. Marcia, do you want to describe what your mother looks like?
Oh Lord. So Marcia's mom looks almost like confusingly young for a woman her age. And is in this like deep red pantsuit, very expensive high heels on, is wearing a very expensive but otherwise understated silver watch. When like the thing that you notice first about her, other than that she seems like remarkably dressed for this event, is that she seems very nervous about being in public space, but you can barely tell because she's like hiding that nervousness very well. But yeah, this like powerful seeming woman appears before you all.
You feel a very familiar hand go to the middle of your back, Marcia. As you turn and look, your mother is, as you said, you know the anxiousness and nervous tells of your mother. And you can see that they are there, but not as actively present as you have seen them be before in such public spaces.
Ma, why are you here?
I came to see how you were doing here.
I appreciate that. I do. But
I went to the apartment and you were not there. So I reached out to the school and the security division that is operating here within the school.
Because of course you know them as well. Cool.
To find out where you were and make sure that you were okay.
Uh-huh. So you traveled all the way here to make sure that I was okay?
I may not agree with your decisions, but I still support you nonetheless.
Right, yes, I know that, and I love you. I'm not judging you. I'm sorry. It's just, are you okay? Did you bring someone with you? Are you...
There are several of the Silver Guardians throughout the event in order to make sure that your safety is guaranteed. And mine as well.
Okay.
I've also made sure that it was a point that any of your other necessary public information was not as easily accessible as this college makes it.
Right, yeah, cool. That part I understand. I'm not very good at the hacky things, but your people have been very good at making sure that I don't have any photos on the school website and stuff. So I've been keeping ahead of that. I hope I haven't been worrying you too much.
Barrett has been very worried. Barrett, was your personal bodyguard.
I mean, I told Barrett he could come. He could have been here. There's space in the apartment is huge. I am running out of things to put in there, as you can see.
You
He could come over
wished
if he wants.
you wished to do this on your own, and I
That
did
didn't mean
not
I
want
didn't.
to impose.
Eh, fine, but that doesn't mean that he can't be here. I just have to go to school. I have to. There will come a point in time where I will have to learn what it's like to be out in public again. That doesn't mean I didn't want to hang out with him. He's cool. He's perhaps the only real cool member of staff that you have.
Uh, you here because of the years you spent growing up with your mother and the systems and things she has in place. You do note that she does have her small earpiece in, and you hear over the earpiece, "I'm coming down," in a very familiar husky voice, as the far back doors of the auditorium swing open and you see Barrett, a 6'4", 260 pounds solid mountain of a man with a huge grin over his face. Like, there's no escaping the happiness on his face as he like marches at the fastest possible marching speed he can over towards you and makes Frankie seem tiny and like immediately goes for a large hug.
I'm suffocating, but I am returning the hug with equal eagerness.
Uh,
Like, y'all can see me turn blue, but my joy hasn't ceased.
I thought you were the Pink Ranger.
Barrett turns back towards your mother after hugging you and says, "I will return back to my position." And she just kind of nods, no other like real emotion purveying. She says, "We were also the security detail for the poet laureate." So
That's why you're here. Part of me is wondering if you would have still been here if I wasn't performing now. But it's fine. I'm not judging you. Again, it's cool.
if you had asked, I would have.
I know. But again, your safety is also important. You are a big deal, you know.
She places the hand onto your back again, gives you a small hug. "I'm proud of you, nonetheless.
Thank you.
I'll go back to attending to the laureate. I can't wait to hear what you have written."
I can't wait either. I only wrote it 2 days ago, but we'll see.
She finishes the embrace and walks away.
Okay, so that was my mom.
Are you okay?
Yeah, she was intense.
Like honestly, that was hella uncomfortable. And like, do you need a hug or anything? Because that
No,
seemed intense.
my mom is cool. I wasn't expecting her to be here. I mean, I know that she does a lot of security work with a lot of big deals. I wouldn't imagine that a poet would need that kind of stuff. But now, knowing that he applied for a security detail from one of the top security firms in the Western Hemisphere, I'm kind of worried that he knows it would be a big deal that he were here, which means that some weirdness is about to happen. I'm confident.
Well,
Either
just
that, or I mean, he's Fae. The Fae are always like pulling pranks and stuff, right? What if he hired the security team just so like he would get to witness the awkwardness between you and your mom?
I mean, I wouldn't put that past my brother in the slightest. As sitting in a chair just to the right of the three of you, you see a resplendent woman in what appears to be almost like a satin pink with like silver touches between the fibers of the sundress that she is wearing. Beautiful olive toned skin, long black hair, bright pink eyes. She looks to the three of you. I wouldn't put it past him, especially if you were able to read his notice. He was aware of who could.
Marcia. I whisper to Marcia, why didn't you tell me that your like magic familiar person was so hot?
yeah.
I didn't know.
Do
either.
we bow or?
Don't do that. It was already awkward enough watching the last exchange, and that was for my brother. For me, I'd much rather see the happiness on all of your faces when Marcia succeeds in her.
Yeah, let's all sit down and enjoy Marcia. And I grab the closest seat to the queen.
I sit on the other side of her, boxing Marcia out.
Marcia's not allowed to sit next to her own familiar.
Wow.
Marcia has to perform, okay? She's gonna be busy.
Yeah, Marcia's got to go backstage, right? This is fair.
It's at this moment, Marcia, you recognize one of the Silver Guardians who comes over and says, Madam Ambrose, to your seat. The function will be getting momentarily.
Okay, understood. Do I have to sit on stage? I see that there are seats
Yes.
on stage. Okay, understood. I'm sure you have line of sight and all those other things worked out. Just make sure someone has an eye on my mom as well, please.
Bear its personal duty.
Good.
Hey,
Feel
Marcia,
better now. Yeah.
you got this. You got this in the bag.
Thank you.
You're gonna outperform the Fae Prince. I mean, you're gonna outperform the poet laureate.
Mm-hmm.
Move.
Yes.
Marcia, as you take the steps onto the stage, take a seat. The lights above the stage area turn on. This bright white light cascading over you. And in that moment, the camera being encapsulated in that white light. Peter, the hands of the Chimera strike several times, tearing back and forth against the draconic shield of the Paladin draconic form, staying just out of reach of the sword that you possess, with the wings beating, allowing the snake-like tail to hiss and snap forward each time you go to make a swing, the fire coming off of the blade as you take each strike, sending out waves of red energy colliding into the warlock chimeric form. You see it's having just as much effect on him as his attacks are having on you. But you can feel the timing of this form is starting to end. It's lasted much longer than you had initially used it for. It's felt like minutes. Or has it been an hour? Has it been a day? How long have we been in here? How long have we been fighting each other? Counting the breaths, trying to figure out which way to go, which way to move and maneuver in order to have the next attack or parry or counter to what is incoming. But all of the weapons and capabilities that the chimeric warlock form has, It's not that it's overwhelming, but it's having to predict 7 moves simultaneously where you can only make one.
Can I say I try something?
What are you going to try?
As I'm losing, as I feel I'm losing it, right? So like, how close are they from me?
They keep like flying in and then away, to be just out of reach of the sword.
So the next time that he comes, like he basically goes to dodge, as I'm gonna, Peter up until this point has fought like, you know, as like Power Rangers do, kind of like with honor, but like, you know, kind of doing his thing. But I think I recognize how much danger I'm in and how in trouble I am right now. And when he comes close and I go to strike again, as I bring down the sword, I would like to dismiss it, summon the dragon spear, and then send that instead as he goes to back away. So I catch him as he backs away because I go for the sword. He goes to try to back up. I dismiss the sword, summon the spear, and throw it.
Oh, I like this.
I use
so
a dirty
much.
I use a dirty trick
I like
to try to gain an advantage.
Okay, so give me an attack with the dragon spear.
Okay.
With the upshift of 2, because you have been consistently landing the flame strikes on it.
Okay, so an upshift from a D8 would be a
D12.
D12.
Because you have an upshift of 2. So
Yeah.
it goes up to a D10 and then up to the D12.
So that's 17 plus 6. So 23. 23.
Okay. As the Chimeric Warlock goes in for the attack, you going to swing the sword, you see the bat-like wing beats go to push him away. And as it does, the paladin draconic form breaks off of your body. And the dragon spear appears in your hand, and you're able to, at the end of the shaft, dig the spearhead into the Chimeric Warlock. You see that flash of red energy fill the body of the Chimeric Warlock. And suddenly you're still sitting at the table across from Nikos in Vulcan Skulls. People are around. You can hear some of the arcade machines going off.
So?
Should probably lean into those tactics a bit more. Especially if you're as strong as you like to make everyone believe.
I mean, you were on your heels, so it's got to be something to it.
1 week.
1
You
week.
bring Flamel. He stands up and goes to leave. You see his jacket is still on the bench.
You forgot your cool coat.
Call it a gift. Just walks out.
I got a cool ass coat now. I'm gonna check the pockets on the coat.
You run the pockets, you find a small notebook written across every page. You see in large letters overlapping over itself back and forth. Help me, get me out. I can't stop this. I wish I could. I'm strong, but he's stronger. Help me. And on the very last page, you see a spell circle. Very similar to the one that was left on the last
table last time. I'll do the thing.
As you place your hand to it, you see a vision of Flamel, much younger, in the middle of a forest, standing across from someone who looks very, very similar to Nikos, but you can see there's like a maturity and age, like a battle hardiness to them. You hear Flamel say, I'll give them my power. I'll give up my power so that we can end this. You hear, but don't see the mouth move of the person who looks like Nikos. Can't let him have all the glory. They'll only remember him. They won't remember me at all. Then you see the gold alchemy staff appear in that man's hand as he extends it out to Flamel. It says, "No, Merlin, use mine." Before your vision is brought back to the present. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you guys for being here and being a part of this. We will go around the group, have everybody, tell you who they are, one of the projects that they got coming up here in the near future, and we'll close out for the evening. For that, we will start with Brandon.
Hello, everyone. It has been Brandon O'Brien, pronouns he, him, or they, them. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. You can find me almost everywhere on the internet at The Rising Tides, including therisingtides.itch.io, where you can buy some of the games that I've made and check out information about Hero Revolution, my Kamen Rider themed RPG that I'm presently working on, which I have more information about very, very soon. And there was an update about that just a couple months ago that you may want to check out. Also, while I have your attention, I will also let you know that there is a Queer Games bundle on itch.io right now that has 4 2-player RPGs of mine. So if you want to check that out, support Queer Games and the people who make them, and get hundreds of games for very, very cheap. Definitely check that out.
Absolutely. Alec?
So I'm Alec, or Alec the Bard. You can find all of my stuff on my YouTube channel or Alec the Bard anywhere across the internet. I'm a TTRPG content creator, performer, professional ballroom dancer, and you decided to 1v1 the BBEG today. Ain't no thing. Stressed. All right, that's me.
Krimsin.
Hey y'all, I've been Crimson Galaxy. You know the rest. You can actually every other Monday, the first and third Mondays of the month, since this is second and fourth, we actually moved our game from Cybernation Uncensored to Casper's actual Twitch channel. So we're playing some Monster of the Week over on Casper DANB Wolf, or is it Ghost? Crap.
It's one of the two with Casper. It's always one of the two.
It's one of the two. It's either Casper.NB Wolf or Casper.NB Ghost, and that is at I think 3 o'clock. Yeah. No, 1 o'clock Pacific time. That's my bad. Or no, that's wrong because I forgot to change it. I think it's 3 o'clock Pacific time, but I can't remember, and now my brain is being mad at me for not remembering properly. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Happens to the best of us. Pluto.
Everyone, I'm Pluto. I am a non-binary queer streamer and game master on a quest around every game in the known universe. When I'm not on here, on Wednesday, it is the second episode, but I missed the first episode, so it's my debut on Critical Miss's channel. We are running Stone and Starlight Carnival, an Under Hollow Hills Fae circus game, where I will be playing a delightful little clown fae girl named Grace Daffodil Moonbeam. So check that out because she's gonna be chaotic as fuck. On every first and third Monday when I'm not here, I am on my channel running a Pathfinder charity game where every episode we're raising money for the Trans Empowerment Project with an all non-binary cast. So definitely tune in for that. We missed last episode because of my car accident, so we have a lot to catch up on when we come back. And then besides that, Dresden's Fate on Initiative Order every other Tuesday. Next episode is next week, I believe. We're getting down to the wire there. We're running to the end of August, so we have like a little over halfway through the series, so it's getting good. The way I left off last episode was pretty intense. Definitely tune in and see how they deal with time being broken, maybe? Who knows? But that's everything for me.
And I am your GM, Will, or ArcLight Court all over the internet. When I am not here running this game every second and fourth Monday on the initiative order, I am working towards releasing the starter kit of Magi, Veil of Mana, a brand new TTRPG with a classless character building system, as well as an all-new dice mechanic that has never been attempted before in TTRPG, and I can't believe it hasn't before now. So I'm super excited for
Let's
that.
go.
For more information on that, you can find all of that at Instagram at ArcLight Court or at Magi Veil of Mana, which you could find on the ArcLight Court Instagram page. But thank you all so much for being a part of this. I'm glad to be back with my Rangers and doing all of these wonderful things again. Shout out to Javante. Our next episode, he will be with us for the duration.
Let's go.
He's got his vacation time saved up for us. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome.
What?
Thank you all again for joining us. And remember, if it's Monday, it's morphin' time. Have a good one.
Bye.
Late.